second wave of French immigrants to make their way to Louisiana, those we call Acadians, did not come directly from France.
Cajuns are the descendants of exiles from Acadie, Acadia, what's now Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island in Canada, who originally came from France in the 1600s. So Cajuns are the descendants of those people, some of them, who came to Louisiana.
For more than 100 years, these French Catholics flourished. But when the British won the 7 Years' War, also known as the French and Indian War, things took a tragic turn. The British victors became convinced that the settlers had sided with their French countrymen. They demanded the residents renounce their French identity and their Catholic faith and pledged never to take up arms against the crown. The settlers said, "Man, no, I don't think so." And the British government began an ethnic cleansing designed to destroy the Acadians' identity. Beginning in 1755, Le Grand Dérangement, the Great Expulsion, began. Thousands were drowned, starved, or even murdered. It would take the British Crown almost 250 years to apologize for the brutality inflicted on our Acadian ancestors.
You are looking at the Queen's Royal Proclamation of 2003, which is signed by Adrian Clarkson at the upper right, who represented the Queen as the Governor General of Canada. And on the left, it's in English. On the right, it's in French. It is the first time in the history of the British Empire that they admitted the deportation of the Acadians was done in the name of the Crown. That's number one. Number two, it's an admission that many Acadians died and suffered as a result of the British action. And thirdly, and most importantly, it expresses sorrow and regret and finally establishes a day of commemoration, July 28th of every year, as a day of remembrance of the suffering of our ancestors and the fact that we survive today as a culture in North America and throughout the world. At this time, this is the sixth apology ever rendered in the name of the British Crown in 1,200 years.
It took 9 years, from 1755 to 1764, for many to make the trek. They came to the port of New Orleans and other makeshift ports along what came to be known as the Acadian coast. At the time, the area was known as Attakapaw, after the Native American tribe already living there. The legislature eventually identified 22 parishes to comprise Acadiana. Included are 7 parishes named for saints: John, Charles, Bernard, Helena, James, Mary, Martin, and Landry. And then there's